Close your eyes. You're about to step into a home from 2,000 years ago. The year is around 20 AD. The place, Nazareth, a small village in Lower Galilee. Population, maybe 300 to 400 people. The house you're entering isn't built the way you imagine. It's cut into limestone, part cave, part construction. Inside lives a family, a Tecton, a builder, his wife, and a son. Before we go further, stop. What do you picture? Wooden walls? Open windows? Space? Erase it, because what you're about to walk into is smaller, darker, and far more physical than anything you've imagined. Today, we're stepping inside.
This isn't reconstruction from imagination. In Nazareth, archaeologists have uncovered first-century homes directly from the time of Jesus. One excavation revealed a rock-cut dwelling beneath modern Nazareth, walls carved into bedrock, connected rooms, and a courtyard system. Another site preserved a full-height room, complete with a rock-cut doorway and fragments of an original chalk floor. These are not symbolic recreations, these are actual homes, and they all share the same design. Nazareth houses were carved into soft local limestone, a material known as nari. Builders would cut back into the hillside, leaving natural stone walls, then extend outward using stacked field stones bound with mud and straw. The result is a hybrid structure, half natural rock, half handmade shelter. Small, dense, efficient. When you stand inside one of these excavated rooms today, one thing becomes immediately clear. This was not built for comfort. It was built because it had to be. Now, step inside before sunrise. The first thing you notice is the darkness, almost complete. The room has openings, but they're narrow, cut high into the wall. They allow airflow and privacy, not light. The floor beneath you is packed earth or compressed chalk. You're lying on a woven reed mat. Your blanket is your outer garment, the same cloak you wore yesterday, the same one you'll wear today. In first-century Jewish life, this wasn't optional, it was necessary. There are no beds, no separate sleeping spaces. The entire family sleeps in this room. Close, always close. The air smells like stone and smoke. Last night's oil lamp, small, clay, hand-sized, left soot on the walls and ceiling. It gave more smoke than light. Then movement. Someone wakes, then another. There's no delay between waking and working. The day begins immediately. Outside, a sound starts to rise, stone grinding against stone. A hand mill turning grain into flour. This is the sound that marked the beginning of every day, because bread must be made fresh every single day. It doesn't store, it doesn't last. Bread is not just food, bread is survival.
Step out into the courtyard and everything changes. Light floods the space, air moves freely. This is where life happens. The interior rooms are for sleeping and storage. The courtyard is for living. The ground is packed earth or rough stone. Against one wall sits a clay oven, a taboon. Nearby, large storage jars hold grain, oil, and dried food. Reed baskets hang from wooden pegs, keeping supplies away from pests. Animals move through the space, a goat tethered nearby, chickens in the dust. And cut into the ground, a cistern. This is the most important feature of the house, a deep, bell-shaped chamber carved into limestone, designed to collect rainwater from the roof. No pipes, no flowing supply. Water is stored or it doesn't exist. Every drop matters. Now shift your focus again. This household runs on labor, and the young man here is learning a trade. The word used in ancient texts is tecton, not simply a carpenter, but a builder, a craftsman working with wood, stone, and construction. And in Galilee, stone dominates everything. Timber is limited, but limestone is everywhere, which means most work involves cutting, shaping, and lifting stone. This is not delicate work. It's heavy, repetitive, physical. Tools are simple: chisels, mallets, measuring lines, often passed from father to son. And just a short distance from Nazareth, about an hour's walk, a major city is rising, Sepphoris, a large-scale construction center under Roman influence, streets, buildings, public works, which means something important. Work doesn't stay inside the village, it extends outward, and so does experience.
Now, step back and look at everything together. The dark room at dawn, the shared sleeping space, the constant labor, the courtyard filled with sound, grinding grain, moving animals, daily work, the dependence on stored water, the simplicity of food, the repetition of routine. This is not a temporary hardship. This is life, year after year. And it reframes something important, because later, when teachings emerge about bread, water, light, and building on rock, they are not abstract ideas. They are drawn from lived reality, from this environment, from this house. Before anything public, before anything recorded, there was this: a small limestone home, a quiet, overlooked village, a life shaped by work, rhythm, and survival. And that's where the story begins.